And welcome back to Super Mario 64. So, last episode ended a bit badly for me. I was doing kind of badly in Tiny Huge World, so hey, let's watch the disappointment of Tiny Huge Island away. We're just going to do a bunch of random levels. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to Hazy Maze Cave. Okay, I just blew my nose before starting this episode. Oh, I haven't done the red coin star in this one. Hey, let's go do this. I think this is kind of fun. So, I'm actually recording this on the same day as the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is going on. Because people don't know. In case you people don't know, I have I'm a fan of Formula Ones. I've just recently put out a couple of videos about the current ongoing season, and I'm not going to be doing any more of that. I've made a decision not to do that anymore. I think I'm going to get the one that's on the island last because the Shadow Star is over here, and if we move the camera here, yeah, and I can actually shoot myself from the island to here. Oh, now it's actually the islands. One of these beds of flowers is actually a teleporter. Oh, I didn't have the butterflies. I mean, I was sure there was one of these had the butterflies flying around. Oh no, that had the one-up. Oh yeah, and here's that little gate. I haven't been showing off these levels a lot, and that's kind of because I've been playing sort of on autopilot half the time with this game. Yeah, so the Azerbaijan Grand Prix was today. I think it's passed already. But I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what the outcome was, but I'll watch it later. I can't watch it live because I don't have... because I would have to have a pay channel in order to see it. How many have I got, actually? 6. So, this is 7. Oh, and then the last one is on the island, actually. So, let's go... Okay, yeah, I got it. You can also do it the hard way, which is to crawl up. I was trying to see if I could crawl down. Clearly I couldn't. What are these signs? Oh, they're arrows. Okay. And now we just make it back here. Yeah, anyway, so I'm looking forward to that race. But I decided not to make any more of those Formula 1 videos. A couple of people watched them. A couple of people seem to like them. I did get a couple of thumbs up on them, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be making any more of those. I mean, I wasn't going to make more than one, because it's something that I always wondered, like, doing a super specific podcast about, like, Formula 1s, for instance, and I realized, like, there's just so many people that do that anyway, so I wouldn't be adding anything into the mix. Actually, the star I was thinking of doing was going through these rings that you can shoot yourself through. So there's 5 rings. So basically, this is kind of the secret stars, but instead of it being secrets, it's just literally there's 5 rings of these coins. And I'm gonna shoot myself through a couple of them, and you need the wing cap to do this. Well, technically, no, you can actually get it even without the wing cap, but it's a lot harder because you can't really aim. But it's designed that when you shoot yourself out of the cannon, you actually do that arc. Mario takes flight, and then you get it. But I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm gonna go to Hazy Maze Cave. I don't know why I haven't done more Hazy Maze Cave. I was thinking about it just before I started recording, like, what levels have I not really done? And I realized, like, for some reason I have, it hasn't been intentional, but I just haven't done a lot of the Hazy Maze Cave stars. So let's go there. Let's go do the actual maze this time. I don't want to do the red coin one, because the red coin one in that is actually kind of a pain in the ass. Oh, actually, yes, I was supposed to check here, because there might be the second rabbit might be already out here. Yes, it is. Okay, let me just quickly catch this Wescally Wabbit. Wow, this rabbit is really giving me a run for my money. Oh my god! I totally thought I wasn't gonna get it there. Okay, that's another star in the bag, and I needed 70, wasn't it, to get the final door open. Okay, sorry about that. That took longer than it was, and I'm about to drop some stuff again. Okay, let's go down. Hey, we got 64 stars! Nice, I always like that when I get a significant number like that, like, you know, because Nintendo 64. And here we go. Let's go into Hazy Maze Cave, and let's actually go into the cave. Yeah, it wants me to do the red coin star, but I don't want to do the red coin star. Hey, let's go be Metal Mario. Yeah, because this is fun. Yeah, so anyway, I've been watching a lot of anime just recently. I rewatched Full Metal Panic Fumofu, which is the sort of series 1.5, which is kind of, you know, I guess a sort of semi-spin-off. It takes place between the 2 seasons of the show, and it's just, you know, it's just a, you know, good old-fashioned fun. I'm looking at this map as if I'm gonna figure it out. I ain't gonna do that shit. I'm just gonna go in here. There's actually a bunch of stars you can get from this maze, but I'm just gonna go for the star. And yes, here's the poisonous gas. And another series that I'm watching is actually, I might have mentioned this in a previous episode, or maybe I didn't, but yeah, I've been also started rewatching one of my all-time favorite animes, which is School Rumble. And I know some of you are probably already wondering, oh my god, did I just give away what my next B&W review is? Well, actually, no, because I'm not even sure if I necessarily want to make a B&W review. You know, one of the things is that I noticed that I've been doing a lot of anime recently, and the reason is, like, well, I love anime, so, you know, it makes sense, obviously, for me to do anime series. But I have been thinking that I want to do more, you know, that I'm going to be doing, well, I know already what the next series is going to be, the next B&W review. Oh, this wasn't the one I was thinking of, but it's still good. It's good. It's good. Let's go do another one. Let's go all around the maze. Yeah, the maze was another thing that used to freak me out as a child, but now it's like, no piece of cake, because, you know, I got the Metal Cat Mario. But I have managed to die in there, navigating the toxic maze. Yeah, I have managed to suffocate in there, and that is a bad feeling, like, as a child. Especially because I was so emotionally invested in games at this point still. You know, that stuff just freaked the fuck out of me. I mean, this game is pretty, like, I did do that video. It was partly as a joke, as part of the Nintendo Addict, where I talked about, like, how Mario 64 is way creepy. Way too creepy, but it is true. For a game intended for kids, like, you know, when you like, drown, like, the drowning animation is way too realistic. Like, you know, especially because you start losing health. Yeah, you lose health really quickly, like, in this. There's no fucking around in this game. Okay, let's get that metal cap. So I've been thinking, like, that I want to, like, maybe get away from the anime a little bit and maybe do something else. Wait, is this the same one? Not sure. No, this looks different. This is the one that's at the top of the big hole. But, yeah, so I have another series in mind. It does have a running theme with some of the previous B&W reviews. And, yeah. I've been wanting to do, maybe not do as much anime. I would still probably do a couple of anime series, but I want to do, like, a couple of other series as well. But I've been thinking, like, doing, like, a live-action series, like, something like Friends would be such an obvious one, because Friends is my favorite sitcom of all time. But the problem is, like, I can't, and this is kind of also why I'm not sure if I want to do School Rumble for the B&W reviews, because in order for me to want to do a B&W review, like, I gotta know at least, like, I did the Love Hina one, and I really like that, by the way. That has got to be my favorite of the B&W reviews that I've done so far. Because I had just forgotten, like, how much I love that series. And, Do we have something left in Lethal Lava Land? I think it's only the second pyramid one, isn't it? No, I haven't done Bully the Bullies! Oh, well, this is an easy one. Let's go do it. Yeah, I don't really want to go do that second one in the pyramid because it's, because I have to go on that ride business, and it's kind of... It's a little boring, honestly. Like, the one where you actually have to make it up there, I think is much more interesting. So, so when I start doing the B&W reviews, I don't think I necessarily need to know what my favorite episode is. Of course, that makes, you know, that of course does make doing the B&W review much easier if I do know it. But it's not an absolute necessity. But I really should know what my least favorite series episode is, or I should have at least like a couple of episodes that I know that I didn't like, and then I have to go rewatch them to determine like which one did I actually not like so much. And even if I don't watch it like fully, like at least give it like a cursory look at that. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I remembered it being, because because that's happened to me like a few times. That almost happened to me with Love Hina also. Like, I thought for a second, like, you know, Love Hina, again, the second episode wasn't actually my least favorite, but it was just as bad as I remembered it being. Well, maybe not as bad, but not, like, so good that I would forgive it for being what it is. Oh, man, we're really flying now. No, there's not much. Hey! I want to go to Dire Ducks and do that fun climbing one. At least I think it's fun. Maybe other people don't think it's as fun, but I certainly do think it is. So I don't necessarily have to know what my favorite episode is. However, I do kind of, you know, try to kind of pull a line, or draw a line in the sand that, you know, episodes that are part of like, that are like two-parters necessarily should not qualify as my favorites. It's kind of an unwritten rule, though, so I'm not like fully committed to it. And something like with Magic Knight, something like Magic Knight Rayearth or Ginkanagare Boshigin, where the whole series technically does have a running storyline. It's kind of difficult to even maintain that. However, despite that, I actually am planning on doing Dragon Ball Z at some point. Not yet, though, and I'm a little hesitant because I might not be able to put it on YouTube, so that's another thing I have to take into consideration. But so finally, enough lollygagging. I personally do feel that I have to have, you know, somewhat strong feeling about, like, or at least an inkling of an idea what my least favorite episode is, because if I part of the entertainment factor is just talking about like what I think is the worst episode, and if I don't have like any kind of good idea about that, then it's gonna make like that part of the review not so interesting. So that's a stipulate. That's kind of it's a maybe slightly artificial stipulation, but it's one that I personally have stuck to because I kind of want to maintain the integrity of that whole format. So with School Rumble, that becomes really problematic because I really like School Rumble overall. It may not be like the best written anime ever because it's another romantic comedy, which is, well, I said also in the review for Love Hina, the Love Hina is more about the comedy than the romance. But that's because the romance aspect of it is so flatly obvious in the end. Like, we know that Keitaro ends up with Naru. Even if you if you don't know that by the end of the first episode, then you have to be a real kind of harem comedy noob or a real anime noob. Like it's just kind of painfully obvious even. Do I actually have to be here? I see the 2 red coins. Oh yeah, the one in the cage. Okay, then I go over here, and I gotta get on this. Yeah. So with School Rumble, the hard part is like, is that I just don't have an episode that I would despise. Like, I do feel that there are moments where School Rumble gets like uncharacteristically dark, but it gets like uncharacteristically dark only in the points where like where something bad. Well, a lot of bad stuff happens to Harima, But it's where I think it slightly crosses into, okay, this is no longer like, you know, hilarious bad luck. Like, this is actually now pretty fucking tragic. And with Tenma, like, I think, you know, the Christmas episode in the second season, like, is one of those where it's like almost, it's like it's like gut-wrenchingly heartbreaking when her, like, comically huge, you know, curry plate gets broken as a part of the storyline because Harema's trying to return his manga over the Christmas holiday. And, you know, little moments like that are, you know... But I still wouldn't say that's, like, a bad episode. On the contrary, I would say, like, that's almost uncharacteristically, like, you know, sorrow... You know, it's almost uncharacteristically sorrowful. And, you know... Whoa, I sometimes have a lot of problems with this last poll, but this time I didn't. And... Okay, I'll try to get back using the polls, but I think I'm gonna fail. Yeah, this is why. It goes out of sync so easily. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, can I reach it? Nope, I knew. Okay, but it's fine. It's actually easier to go this way. So yeah, maybe like some of the late season 2 episodes, there's a couple of where they really, where I get the feeling like the creator of School Rumble, I forget his name now, but I get the feeling like he wasn't like willing to commit to actually like finishing up the storyline in any way. So we get those weird like fantasy daydream episodes, you know, one where like Tenma is like Wonder Woman and stuff like that. And that stuff is funny to a degree, but I kind of hate it because I really get the feeling like, yeah, that now they're just kind of wasting time with this shit. But some of my like favorite parts of School Rumble are in the second season. But some of like the really heartwarming stuff is also in the first season. And that's another anime where I do feel like the one thing that I really am pissed about is that it doesn't really have a proper finale. It just kind of ends after the second one. And they did make like Cool Rumble third semester, which is kind of like this 2-part OVA. But it's not a real finale. It feels really, really dumb, honestly. And you know what? I've been talking way too long, and I think we need to end the episode. I know we were running around that with that rabbit for a while, but I'll make this a slightly shorter episode, and next time I think we're gonna get into the final Bowser door, so see you then. Bye!